Hello, I'm Mythical Plow, and he's behind me, isn't he? Welcome to Isle, where you, a prisoner of a funny corporation, are trapped on an island with the big black man. The goal is simple, to survive and escape the island. But because I'm a 200 IQ dumbass, I will explain this game to you through my eyes. Let's begin. The moment you spawn in, you are greeted by members of the Chaos Insurgency. Trying to talk to your captors results in them shooting you on sight, kind of like being a furry in Gary, Indiana. If you wait long enough, your ship will crash and you'll wake up in a realistic simulation of what happens to an average motor vehicle in the Detroit metro area. You're finally free. Kinda. See, you're now stuck on an island with no visible way off. Time to explore then. Besides the shipwreck, there are many points of interest that can be accessed on the island. However, the average player will only use like 3 of them during their playthrough because this island is f***ing massive. You know what else is massive? The most important of these locations are the observatory, warehouses, and the facility. Why are these the most important? Because everyone is lazy, and they don't like exploration. Too much exploration, 5 out of 10. The generators seem like a good place to start. This is located on the beach across from the low-income housing environment, and is where you can do your tasks in electrical to power up places on the island. One of these places is the observatory, in which you can pickpocket keycards and registered firearms like this is Jailbreak. The observatory is also where you can get a code for an ending, but I'll talk about that later. The next location you'll probably see is the Watchtower. Here you can roleplay as the TF2 sniper and collect a scoped rifle, a walkie-talkie, and a watch, good for a guaranteed gun spawn. You'll probably make your way to the warehouses next. There are 2 of them and one requires power in order to be opened. The unpowered one is boring and contains beta loot, but the powered one contains loot that only Sigmas like me can access. It also has 3 parts for the plane, probably the easiest escape in the game. Many players go here, so there may be a funny little man camping inside one of the warehouses. If you're feeling Pueblo today, you might want to consider entering the caves. While there can be loot down here, the main reason you'd want to enter these caves is to find the hidden locations within them. There are 3 hidden locations in the caves that are worth mentioning for those cave divers out there. There's the secret Ape City that requires 5 buttons around the map to be pressed in order to enter. The Council of Apes will decide your fate. If you enter, you can find the Orbital Strike item, which can vaporize targets, and also you can find there's Monkey Land, an expanse of dank caves near you that has a giant snake and a large statue inside. Finally, there's the facility, which has traps and cool weapons inside, which every tryhard player seems to get to before you can. You are not alone. There are many enemies on this island. You just can't see them until it's too late. Stan is the Detroit resident that's on vacation in Florida. Remember, you may like your personal space, but Stan too likes your personal space. He will appear at night and attempt to attack you if they don't have a light source or a gun. If you sleep in the open, you will get a first-hand experience of what living in downtown Seattle feels like. There's also Albino Stan. This guy knows what you did in the bathroom when you were 15. He knows what you did on July 5th, 1994. He is the definition of the NSA and will kill you for killing too many players on the island. There's the bigger, blacker man who will chase you for stealing his cool shapes and will break your jawbone and steal your wallet. The Sea Leviathan will prevent you from leaving the island by showing you what happens when you don't enter Aaron Yeager's basement. Finally, there are the mercenaries, in which there are 2 squads. There's the Beta Alpha team who come from Bosnia and the Chad Albanian Bravo team. These guys want to silence you for believing that the earth is flat, but you can kill them to get some cool weapons and achievements. There's way too much loot in this game, so I'll just cover the basics and leave the rest to the wiki nerds. Thank you for your sacrifice. Weapons. There are so many weapons ranging from revolvers, pistols, SMGs, M16s, M249 saws, and frickin' laser rifles. You will literally never run out of opportunities to get weapons in this game. Tools. These can range from simple stuff like GPSs, watches, radios, climbing and building tools, to holy crap, that's a dragon that was summoned with peanuts! Other stuff. There's so much miscellaneous stuff in this game that you can pick up and use for various purposes that I literally can't name it all within an hour. There are 8 escapes in game currently. Well, technically 9, but that's only on Christmas. These can range in difficulty from easy plane ride to the maniacal task manager ending, and each of them gives you a title to flex to your fellow prisoners. The first is quite simple. You need to power the warehouse and collect the 3 plane parts needed to fix the plane. Then you go to the plane, fix it, and escape. The next one is also quite simple. You must find a level 2 keycard so you can access the ship's armory to obtain a decoy module to pull a funny prank on the Sea Leviathan. You'll then need fuel from the warehouse to power the boat. Once you have all these things, you can leave the island. The final escape I'll cover is the facility. You'll need a specific code from the observatory which you can get from powering it. Then you make your way through the facility, activating buttons and doing puzzles while avoiding traps. Then you activate the portal and escape. There are other endings, but I'm too lazy to explain them. Just look them up on the wiki.
How do they make this more and more epic?
Contrary to popular belief, there's actually more to this game than getting resources to escape the island and f***ing off. If you're a masochist, you can go for the collectibles and pieces of lore scattered throughout the island, and you can even go for all of the badges which give you titles that you can flex in the lobby area. My favorite is the Irony achievement by sitting at a campfire while on fire. Crazy stuff, I know. To summarize, this game is basically the Maze Runner, but instead of mazes and large alien hentai monsters, it's Detroit residents, NSA and CIA agents, and I'd recommend this game for the masochists out there that enjoy surviving islands with Gary, Indiana difficulty. That's about it for this video. Make sure to like and subscribe, or I will steal your personal data.